Coins with secret marks in 60 seconds. Mind-blowing facts. So picture this. It's the height of World War II. The year is 1942, and deep within the British countryside, tucked away from prying eyes and ears, there exists a top-secret government facility known as Bletchley Park. Inside this humble abode are hundreds of brilliant minds working tirelessly on one of humanity's greatest challenges, deciphering the mysterious codes of the German Enigma machine. Among them is a shy, bespectacled mathematician named Alan Turing, a man who would go on to be hailed as the father of modern computing. But what made these codes so hard to crack? Well, let me show you a little something. This is the Enigma machine, a device that was used extensively by the German military during World War II to encrypt their communications. With its seemingly unbreakable encryption, it posed a significant challenge for the Allied forces who desperately wanted to know what the Germans were up to. The Enigma machine worked by using a series of rotors to shuffle the letters of the alphabet around, turning a simple hello into a jumble of characters that made absolutely no sense. And with the ability to create billions of different combinations every day, it seemed almost impossible to figure out the key to unlocking these messages. In fact, even if someone did manage to guess the code, the Germans changed it daily, making it even more difficult. It was like trying to solve a cryptic crossword puzzle where the answers changed daily, and the rules were always shifting. So how did Turing and his team of codebreakers manage to crack the Enigma code? What made them any different from all the other experts who had failed before them? Well, it all came down to one thing: ingenuity. Turing and his team didn't have any fancy equipment or insider information. They just had their brains and a whole lot of determination. After analyzing captured German messages, they were able to figure out some of the patterns and weaknesses in the Enigma machine. For example, they knew that the Germans often use common words like weather or victory, which gave the codebreakers a starting point to work with. They also realized that the Enigma machine couldn't produce certain letter combinations, such as Q followed by U, since the German language didn't use the combination very often. By exploiting these weaknesses and using a bit of trial and error, the codebreakers were eventually able to crack the Enigma code. It wasn't an easy feat. In fact, it took them months to break the code for the first time, but once they did, it was a game changer. The ability to read German communications gave the Allies a huge advantage in the war effort. They were able to track the movements of German troops, learn about their plans, and even intercept their orders. It has estimated that the breaking of the Enigma code saved countless lives and shortened the war by several years. But the story doesn't end there. You see, once the war was over, the British government wanted to hush up the story of the codebreakers and the methods they used to crack the Enigma code. It was top-secret information that could potentially fall into the wrong hands. And so for decades, the work that went on at Bletchley Park was kept secret. Those involved were sworn to secrecy, and the details of their work were locked away in government archives. It wasn't until the 1990s that the story finally started to come out, and the world began to learn about the amazing work that had gone on there. Today, Bletchley Park is a museum dedicated to the codebreakers and their incredible story. Visitors can explore the huts where the code was cracked, see the machines that were used, and learn about the impact that these people had on the course of history. Now let's take a closer look at the man behind it all, Alan Turing. Born in 1912, Turing was a child prodigy who showed an interest in mathematics from an early age. He studied at Cambridge University, and it was long before he was recruited by the British government to help with the war effort. At Bletchley Park, Turing worked tirelessly to find a way to crack the Enigma code. He led a team of mathematicians, engineers, and cryptographers in the development of the bomb machine, an electronic device that could test thousands of possible Enigma settings in just a few minutes. Before the bomb, it would have taken a team of humans weeks to do the same thing. This breakthrough allowed the Allies to stay one step ahead of the Germans, and ultimately helped to bring about the end of the war. After the war, Turing continued to work in the field of computer science. He developed one of the first self-computing machines, and is considered to be one of the founding fathers of artificial intelligence. Sadly, he was persecuted for his homosexuality and died in 1954 at the age of 51. But his legacy lives on through the work he did at Bletchley Park and the contributions he made to the field of computer science. Now let us take a closer look at the impact that Turing and his team had on the course of history. When Germany invaded Poland in 1939, the British government realized that they needed a way to decrypt German communications. They set up a secret facility at Bletchley Park to do just that. The first Enigma machines were captured in Poland, and the codebreakers quickly got to work. Despite their best efforts, though, it took them months to break the code. They needed more help, and that's when Alan Turing was brought in. Turing and his team of codebreakers were able to make some progress, but they knew they needed something more, a machine that could do the heavy lifting for them. That's when Turing came up with the idea for the bomb. The bomb was an electromechanical device that could test thousands of Enigma settings in just a few minutes. This was a breakthrough because it meant that the codebreakers could focus on more complex messages, instead of wasting time on the simpler ones. With the help of the bomb, the codebreakers were finally able to start decrypting German communications. It wasn't easy, though. The Germans changed the Enigma settings daily and sometimes even multiple times a day, which meant that the codebreakers had to stay one step ahead of them at all times. But thanks to Turing's genius and the hard work of the codebreakers, the Allies were able to stay ahead of the Germans for most of the war. The impact of this cannot be overstated. The ability to read German communications gave the Allies a huge advantage in the war effort. They were able to track the movements of German troops, learn about their plans, and even intercept their orders. It is estimated that the breaking of the Enigma code saved countless lives and shortened the war by several years. The story of Bletchley Park and the breaking of the Enigma code is truly an amazing one. It is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the lengths to which we will go to stay ahead of our enemies. If you want to learn more about this fascinating topic, I highly encourage you to visit the Bletchley Park website. You can also watch a movie called The Imitation Game, which is based on the life of Alan Turing. And now here's a question for you. Did you know about the breaking of the Enigma code before watching this video? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this journey through history and the untold story of the brave men and women who worked at Bletchley Park. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail and that one person's genius can change the course of history. As we wrap up this episode, we want to thank you for joining us on this journey through time and for your unwavering support. If you've enjoyed our stories and want to see more, please don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. We have plenty more adventures in store for you, including more stories of history's hidden heroes. Until then, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop learning. Who knows? You might just uncover the next mind-blowing fact that will leave you saying, "I can't believe I didn't know that." Thank you for watching.